I always say I compare it to the internet itself. So, it's like, to me, Bitcoin is like the Facebooks and the actual places that you go. But we can talk about that all day, but you don't own that, and that's not something for you. And it benefits you in some ways, but not in others. But if you knew what the internet capability was and how to use it, you would be much farther ahead in your life at this point. If we all had that, if we could understand that e-commerce was coming in the way that it was coming, think about what we could have done differently. And we are very creative people. I think that's where our community creates and crafts everything. Every bit of ingenuity comes from us in some way, and we make it better all the time. We need to apply that same tenacity to these type of things and to really strong platforms and infrastructures. I said, like, this is the house that we're building. We need to also build that plumbing. We need to also build these foundations, because that's where our sustainability lies. We cannot no longer rely on anybody else, because there's nobody else to do it. They're worried about their own selves at this point. Everybody's in it for themselves. We have to really look at ourselves globally and as a community to make this work.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question. Over the last couple months or so, considering that you're associated with the blockchain, your work is amazing. How has your phone and inbox been with people calling and asking you about meme coins? Is it like, is
All
it
day
you
long.
upset yet?
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't us.
I mean, when I tell you, my co-founders laugh at me, because I'm like, there's 5 of us. Why does everybody call me? They're like, because you're friendly. I'm like, no, I'm not. Especially at 5 a.m. I'm not friendly. I'm not. Ask my child. But yeah, the indignation of it is just absolutely insane when I talk to people about it. Because again, I've always said, like, we can have a conversation, but I'm not going to advise you. I'm not a financial professional. I'm a tech person. I'm not an investor. But it didn't stop. It went like, can I, how, where, can I do it? Can I flip flop it here? I mean, every day I get hundreds and hundreds of emails and texts and DMs from people that I do not know that really want me to answer them very quickly. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not tech support. Did that. No longer do that. Thanks, though.
I could only imagine.
I get on this cuckoo thing. I'm like, I don't even know what cuckoo is, so I can't really help you. It's like, what is this thing? I'm like, I don't know. It's like having that conversation. Can you see my screen? No, we're not FaceTime. You're calling me or you're DMing. I can't see what you're doing. It truly is awful. I feel for you. I always call it the crypto commiseration committee. Yeah. I'm a part of it because I need sometimes can't. At one point, I'm like, I love y'all, I really do. But if you ask me one more time about that damn coin, I'm going to use this phone. I do. I can't do it. So that even my article that I wrote recently was just, it was out of that kind of frustration of having this conversation. And again, I always hark back to my childhood where playing numbers and gambling was a part of my culture. That is something I think everybody across, our community would understand. Either you played it, legitimately or not so much legitimately. But we had the PA lottery and we had little balls, and it's $6.59 every night. This is what happened. But it also compare and contrasted to game shows. And I think that's one of those things where game show contestants are informed. They have to study. They have to understand things, even if it's The Price is Right or Jeopardy. You had to study and be knowledgeable. And that's all that I ask people to do. Do some due diligence before you come and ask questions. Just don't, tell me what to do. I cannot tell you what to do.
You see, you're a lot nicer than me. My calls have went down dramatically because I have one statement, and that statement has stopped people from calling me, which is, if you have to ask me, you don't know enough about it to buy it.
Yeah, I've tried to be a little bit nicer. Like I try to say, like, I ask my daughter, you ask me a question, I kind of help you find the answer. I call it my Jerry Maguire. Help me help you. If you ask me a question, I'm going to give you a resource that you can go not only find the answer, but find some auxiliary stuff along the way. And if you then have some more questions, now we can have a conversation. But this ask answer, I don't do that. We're not playing this game. And it's very difficult when, like I said, I'm getting DM'd every minute of every day. Like, just tell me what to buy. And it's like, that's not how, I'm a grown woman. You don't talk to me like crazy.
That's funny. Yeah, I did the ask answer. I just didn't give them the answer that they wanted.
I give you resources. That's why I always tell you. If you ask me a question, I'm going to tell you how to find it. That's my teacher-esque moment.
Yeah, see, I'm learning a lot from this conversation. I need to find a better approach of communicating.
Yeah, I see too. I did that. I need a better approach because I think I might be turning away some people that might be able to do some things. But
I think the eagerness is wonderful. I love the enthusiasm. I just don't like the approach. That's what we have to change. We have to stop trying to get in at any given means and just doing it incorrectly, because people are out here literally losing their minds and losing their money.
Yeah.
And as Corey said, you cannot call. There is no visa to call and get your money back. Once it's gone, it's gone. And that also turns people off from the space. And then they think it's a scam. And then they perpetuate all the negative stereotypes. So it's like, if you did it right, you wouldn't have this negative experience. But because you're approaching it this way and you got this, you get what you get because you did what you did. Now you feel some type of way, and I can't unlearn that. Like, that's the problem. I'm already trying to teach you something. I don't want to have to unlearn something to then teach you the right way. Let's learn it the right way the first time. It takes time, but there's millions of them. They're going to keep coming and coming and coming. I'm like, you're not missing anything.
Man.
Take your time.